Hey everyone, welcome back to Sew Happy. Today we're sewing another warm and practical project, the Ilford Jacket from Friday Pattern Company. This pattern has such a great silhouette and I had so much fun making my toile from a few thrifted pants, color blocking it and adding a bunch of pockets. It was my test version that I knew would turn out wearable. I love that some creative color blocking can give a whole new personality to a pattern, so good. For the jacket we'll be sewing in this video today, I used a beautiful blue, gray, and black plaid Woolrich wool flannel from Cali Fabrics. The wintry color palette plays so nicely with dark denim jeans. This outfit is going to be on heavy rotation this winter. Friday Pattern Company also offers a great blog tutorial if you want to take this jacket to the next level by adding a lining. So I'll link that in the description if that's something that you want to try. Today we're sewing this Ilford jacket from start to finish, everything from the sleeve plackets and the cuffs to the center front placket, collar, and a few fun pockets. So grab your fabric, your interfacing, and some cute buttons and let's get sewing. Here is my placket piece and I've interfaced the wrong side. Transfer the placket marking line onto the wrong side of the fabric. Fold the outer straight edges to the wrong side by 1/4 inch. Now along the side of the placket with the higher peaked edges, fold those edges so that they're right sides together. Aligning the peak and pinning it in place. Sew both sides of the peak with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, sewing over your fold. Trim the seam allowance so you can turn this section right side out and give it a good press. Here's the wrong side of the sleeve. I'm going to place the right side of the placket onto the wrong side of the sleeve, aligning the notches along the bottom edges of the sleeve. Pin in place, aligning the bottom raw edges. You can also pin to secure the upper edge of the placket. Sew along our rectangle along both sides and the top edge, sewing right on top of our marked lines. In addition to the outer rectangle transferred from the pattern piece, you should also have transferred a center line and small lines extending to the corner of the outer stitches. We're going to clip along those lines right through the center of our rectangle, and then about 1/2 inch before we reach the top of the rectangle, we'll follow the small lines to snip toward the corners, right to the very corner without snipping through the stitches. Then we can turn our placket to the right side of the fabric and give it a press. For the side with the smaller width, we're going to fold that side of the placket with its folded edge still in place, folding it in half so that this folded edge just covers the stitching line. Pin in place. Then we're going to edge stitch from the bottom to the top along the folded edge. Now for the remaining wider side of the placket, again with its folded edge still in place, we're going to fold it in half so that this wider folded edge also covers the stitching line. And pin that in place. We're going to edge stitch this side of the placket in the same way as we did for the other side. When we reach the top of the peak, we're going to edge stitch along the peak, down about 1/2 inch, then straight across to the other side of the placket, following the diagram in your pattern instructions. Repeat that entire process to create your mirrored placket for your opposite sleeve piece. If you're adding a pocket to your sleeve, we'll do that now. Finish the outer edges of the pocket piece all the way around. I'm going to turn that top finished edge to the right side And I'm choosing to do this by 1 inch. Sew both short edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim those upper corners and turn the top flap right side out. Edge stitch along the finishing stitches from one side to the other to secure the top flap. Then press all of the remaining edges to the wrong side by 1/2 inch. Place the wrong side of the pocket onto the right side of the sleeve. And you can place this pocket wherever it looks best. I'm choosing to place mine in the center of the sleeve. Pin in place. Edge stitch the pocket in place along the side and bottom edges. Here are my pocket flap pieces, and I've interfaced the wrong side of one piece. Place these pieces right sides together and pin the outer and bottom edges. Sew the outer and bottom edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the seam allowances, turn the piece right side out, and give it a good press. Finish the open raw edges together. Mark the placement of your buttonhole and sew the buttonhole in place. Align the top finished edge of the flap with the top finished edge of the pocket and sew it in place with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Then we'll fold our flap downward, give that a press, and top stitch the new folded edge with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance straight across. Sew your button in place to the pocket. The last step for the sleeve is to finish the raw edges along the sides and the top edge for both sleeves. Here is the wrong side of one of my front bodice pieces, and I've gone ahead and applied the interfacing to the center front. I've done this for both front bodice pieces. Place your front and back bodice pieces right sides together. Pin the shoulder seams. Sew the shoulders with a 5/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together, and press toward the back. Here are my shoulder seams sewn and pressed toward the back of the garment. We're also going to finish the side edges on both sides. Finishing the sides from the bottom of the back piece, across the shoulder seam, to the bottom of the front piece, again for both sides. Here are my front and back bodice pieces opened out at the shoulder seam with the right side of the fabric facing me. Place your sleeve right sides together with this bodice fabric at the seam. Make sure that your placket is oriented toward the back bodice piece. Pin in the center, then out along each bodice. We're going to sew the sleeve in place from one side to the other, starting and stopping our stitches 5/8 of an inch away from the outer edges of the sleeve. I've made markings at that 5/8 of an inch point on both sides. Now I'll sew across. Repeat for both sleeves. Fold your sleeve piece so that it's right sides together. Then we'll pin our sleeve seam from the point that we ended our stitches earlier to the bottom of the sleeve. Sew with a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance from that 5/8 inch marking that we marked earlier, all the way to the bottom of the sleeve. Now that we have that sleeve seam sewn, we can sew the side seam of the bodice, pinning from that same point to the bottom of the bodice, with those front and back pieces right sides together. Moving the seam allowances out of the way once again, sew from that 5/8 of an inch marking to the bottom of the bodice with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. For both of the center front raw edges, we're going to press that raw edge to the wrong side by 1/4 of an inch. Once we have those edges pressed to the wrong side by 1/4 of an inch, we're also going to pre-press the bottom hem. Pressing those bottom edges to the wrong side by 1/2 of an inch, then once more by an additional 1 inch all the way across. Now we'll unfold those bottom memory creases for now. We're going to fold our placket right sides together with the front bodice, folding it right along that inner edge of the inner facing. Pin the top in place. We're going to sew this folded placket in place from the outer fold that we just created to the notch transferred from the pattern piece with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Now along the bottom edge, we're also going to fold that interfaced extension right sides together with the bodice, once again along that inner edge of the inner facing. Sew along the higher of the 2 pre-pressed creases we pressed into the hem earlier, from the outer edge and over the inner fold. Repeat these steps for both sides of the bodice. Here are the tops of the garment. We're going to clip into the seam allowance of this folded top placket from the outer raw edge to the end of our stitching, clipping to the stitching line but not through the stitching. Then we can trim that seam allowance. Turn your placket right side out. Now on the inside of the jacket with that inner edge still pressed in place, pin that inner fold of the placket in place from top to bottom. Edge stitch from top to bottom. Repeat on both sides of the bodice. Here are my collar pieces, and I've interfaced the wrong side of one piece. For the interfaced piece, press the bottom edge to the wrong side by 5/8 of an inch. Then we'll place these pieces right sides together and pin the outer and top edges. Sew from the bottom fold, pivoting at the top corner, and back to the opposite bottom fold with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Trim the seam allowances and the corners and turn this piece right side out. Give it a good press. Place the uninterfaced side of the collar right sides together with the neckline. We're going to be pinning this uninterfaced layer of the collar only to the neckline, starting at the center backs. Then pin that collar piece aligned with the finished edge of the collar so that it aligns with the extension of the seam allowance that we left at the neckline. Pin in place on both sides. Continue pinning the collar in place. Sew from that edge of that neckline seam allowance to the opposite edge with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Now that the outer collar is attached, we're going to take that folded edge of the inner collar piece and place it right on top of the stitching line, with the seam allowance that we just created pressed up toward the collar. Pin in place. Once you've secured that inner edge of the collar, we're going to top stitch the collar all the way around. We're going to stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from the inner edge of the collar then about 1/4 of an inch away from those outer edges. Along the bottom of the jacket, we're going to fold our pre-pressed creases back in place and pin along the top fold. Edge stitch that hem in place from one side of the jacket straight across to the other. Here are my cuff pieces, and I've gone ahead and interfaced the wrong side of one piece. Just like we did for the collar, we're going to press one of the long edges of the interfaced piece to the wrong side by 5/8 of an inch. Place these pieces right sides together and pin the short raw edges and the long raw edge. Sew over your fold along those pinned edges with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Once those pieces are sewn together, we'll trim the seam allowance. Then turn this cuff piece right side out and give it a good press. Then, just as we did for the collar, we're going to start pinning the uninterfaced side of the cuff to the bottom of the sleeve, pinning from one finished edge of the placket to the opposite finished edge of the placket. Sew that single layer of cuff from one side of the placket to the other with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Then press the seam allowance up toward the cuff. Then we'll place that previously folded interfaced side of the cuff on top of the stitching line we just created. Pin in place straight across. Then again, just as we did for the collar, we're going to stitch around the entire perimeter of the cuff, 1/8 of an inch away from that inner pinned edge, and 1/4 of an inch away from the remaining edges. Repeat for both cuffs. Then you can sew your buttonhole and your button for each cuff. I've also gone ahead and added the buttons and buttonholes to the center front placket. You can space the buttons as you prefer, or you can use the button placement pattern piece that came with the pattern. I've also added one of the hand warmer pockets here. We'll add one on the other side now. Fold that slanted extension of the hand warmer pocket to the wrong side by 3/4 of an inch. Then once more by an additional 3/4 of an inch. Pin in place. Edge stitch along that inner folded edge. Finish the remaining raw edges of the pocket. Then we'll press each of those raw edges to the wrong side by 1/2 of an inch. Then we'll place the wrong side of the pocket onto the right side of the bodice. You can decide to place your pocket wherever you like on the front bodice piece. I'm choosing to place mine about 1/2 of an inch away from my placket stitches and about 1.5 inches from the bottom finished edge of the garment. Pin in place along the top, side, and bottom edges. Then we can edge stitch as pinned. And now the jacket is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.